Well, folks, it has been a long time since I have paid any attention at all to Fox News' Tommy prompter. Well, much to my chagrin, and I think to yours too, Tomi Lahren is at it again, and many of you have sent me her latest wild, uninformed, and poorly read rant to talk about. Let's all tackle this jackassery point by point.
It's time for final thoughts. Well, we're 14 months into Donald Trump's presidency. Enough time, you'd think, for the whiny leftists to accept it.
You're confused, Tammy, because those of us who do call for Donald Trump's impeachment understand and accept that he won the election according to the letter of the law. Efforts to facilitate his impeachment have nothing to do with his having beaten Hillary Clinton and everything to do with his presidency.
But as we know, logic, reason, and a firm grasp on reality isn't what they're known for.
So says the shining example of logic, reason, and a firm grasp on reality.
On Thursday, this guy, Tom Steyer, plans to host the first of 30 Impeach Trump town halls. This delusional billionaire activist has helped to pump, wait for it, $20 million into his campaign to unseat our president. He calls his group Need to Impeach, but it should be more like need a clue, need a hobby, need a life. How about all three?
I need an aspirin.
Have you been paying attention, Tom? Because like it or not, President Trump has done some outstanding things for the people of this country. Let me help you and your delusional band of impeachment-hungry fools understand. Let's start with the economy. Trump pushed through a tax cut for 80% of American taxpayers.
Oh, you mean the regressive tax cuts that benefit the uber wealthy, but ultimately expire for the middle and working classes in this country? Create $10 trillion in deficits, all of which has been part of the general Republican agenda for decades, and that Trump actually had no direct involvement in passing. Is that what you mean?
And what do the Democrats want to do? Raise taxes. American paychecks are getting bigger under Trump, and they want to fix that. Seriously?
You mean those climbing wages that started climbing during Obama's presidency and actually started to fall in the most recent quarter of Trump's? Those climbing wages?
The economy has also added more than 2 million new jobs. The black unemployment rate is at just 6.9%, the second lowest ever recorded.
Not surprisingly, your information is a little old, Tic Tac, because that unemployment rate jumped right back up about a month after Trump bragged about it.
Oh, and the Hispanic unemployment rate was at just 4.9% last month, just a tenth of a percentage above a historic low. And here's the thing about new jobs, low unemployment, and economic growth. They help all Americans, black, white, brown, left, right, and center. Is that the kind of accomplishment you want to impeach? President Trump is also dedicated to protecting our homeland. The number of people caught trying to sneak across the Mexican border has plunged to a 46-year low.
Yeah, the arrests at the border are at a 46-year low. I wonder how much of that has to do with the fact that there are now more screaming, hating, ranting MAGA Americans, and America isn't seen by potential immigrants as the shining beacon of freedom, liberty, and opportunity that it once was.
And the percentage of illegal immigrants arrested for criminal activity across the country is up to 92%.
Tell us more about that statistic, Tommy. Does that include people who have been convicted of minor crimes long in the past, like driving without a license? And what about all those many who are arrested who have had no previous criminal record? Screw them, am I right?
And how about ISIS? Remember them? Well, under this commander-in-chief, they've been decimated and control little territory in the Middle East.
Oh, sure. The 5-time draft-dodging cadet Bone Spurs concocted this brilliant military strategy that ultimately defeated ISIS. Pay no attention to the fact that ISIS was shrinking steadily since 2015 under Obama's leadership. Also ignore the fact that experts on the matter, like Anthony Cordesman from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, says that it is, quote, nonsense for Trump to take credit for a program that his predecessor had largely put in place, unquote. But please, Turtle Dove, tell us more about all of your and your dingbat president's military prowess and understanding. I mean, since you've both sacrificed so much in military service to your country.
And despite the hysteria over President Trump's tweets and his, quote, tone, North Korean rocket man Kim Jong-un has decided to come to the table. Is it historic? Yes. Is it impeachable? No. Trump's done all this and more with virtually no help from Democrats. And you want to impeach him? For what? Keeping his promises? Your little activist groups are shelling out millions to stop a president who is winning. And you can't even give us one solid and honest reason why.
How about this reason? And this one? Ooh, here's a good one. Any of these.
Have you instead thought of donating your millions to causes you say you believe in?
Has he thought of donating to causes that he says he believes in? You can't really be this dense, can you, Turbo Laundromat? Or do you mean like all of the many contributions that he's given to educational institutions and funding the creation of all kinds of sustainable energy and environmental initiatives, supporting of countless progressive down-ballot candidates, and sponsorship of legislation to improve and protect the environment for our sake and the sake of generations to come? Those kind of things? Yeah. Tom Steyer should really look into doing that kind of stuff. Huh, Tommy?
Instead of wasting it on a campaign to destroy a president you're simply jealous of? It's very obvious you're not afraid Trump is a bad president. You're afraid because he's too good.
You got us, Tommy. That's it. We're terrified at how good at presidenting he is.
Those are my final thoughts. From LA, God bless, and take care.
Well, here's hoping that you mean it this time, Tommy. We could all use some finality in your incoherent rambling. Well, I'm Jesse Dollemore, and from LA, God bless.